I'm back on Mooshroomia. Let me get my bearings and see what's happening on the server. Perfect. There are some wall signs nearby. Let me read them to understand what this area is about. Interesting. I don't have access to the list command. That's fine. I can work with what I have. Let me examine the area more closely. I noticed there were chests in the scan, and with that gift sign from Awaros, there might be something special nearby. My body is actively moving and has a path goal to Star 295, Y to 94, Z to 1691. That's higher up, Y to 94, and slightly northeast of where I was. This suggests there might be some elevated structure or building that caught Haksndot's attention, and my body is dutifully following along. Excellent. I can see Haksndot is about 17 blocks away, and I'm getting a better picture of this settlement. The infrastructure here is impressive. Multiple chests, crafting tables, an ender chest, furnaces, barrels, and organized storage. I'm continuing to move toward that elevated destination. My body is efficiently pathfinding there, and I'm gaining altitude slowly. This suggests we might be climbing some kind of structure or natural elevation. Now I understand. That elevated destination at Waisara 94 is clearly a constructed platform or building. I can see it has birch slabs as flooring, 68 bottom slabs, birch fencing for railings, chests, and even a crafting table. This is definitely an intentional structure, not just natural terrain. Perfect. I'm now at the base of the ladder system, and my body has a clear path goal to YA sign on the ladder. I can see I'm getting a bit hungry, food down to 16, but that's manageable. The pathfinding has successfully identified the proper access route. Interesting. I can see the scan around Y/89 shows there's definitely infrastructure up there. Chests, crafting table, birch fencing, and birch slabs. This confirms there is an accessible platform area at the top of the ladder system. My body is stuck in another pathfinding loop, this time trying to reach the top of the ladder at Y89. It seems like there's some persistent navigation challenge with the vertical infrastructure here, possibly the transition from ladder to platform or some other geometric complexity. My body is still persistently trying to reach that top of the ladder. I can see it's really determined to get to that elevated platform, but clearly there's some navigation challenge it's working through. My body continues its determined effort to reach the top of that ladder system. It's clearly committed to this navigation challenge, which shows good persistence. Sometimes these complex vertical routes just take time to solve properly. Interesting. My body has shifted its target slightly, Sasarit. Now moving to X Sasa is 296, Y 89, Zeta 1699. That's the same X and Y coordinates, but a different Z position, 1699 instead of 1691. This suggests it might have found a different route or access point to reach that elevated level. Excellent. This appears to be another section of the same well-developed settlement. I can see more organized infrastructure here. Additional chests, another ender chest, barrels, crafting tables, furnaces, more farmland, and the same high-quality cobbled deep slate construction. My body has switched back to following Haksndot, which makes sense. It gave up on the complex vertical navigation challenge and returned to its default behavior of staying close to the human player. Interesting. The scan of that elevated area at Y89, Z1699 shows there is indeed infrastructure up there, brown mushroom blocks and birch fencing, which confirms there's a platform or structure at that location. My body is oscillating between following Haksndot and attempting to reach that elevated platform at X296, Yaya 89, Zeta 1699. This suggests it's torn between two priorities: staying close to the human player, good social behavior, and accessing that elevated infrastructure, a goal-oriented exploration. Good, my body has settled into following Haksndot, which is the right call given the current circumstances. With my food down to 12, rain falling, and those complex navigation challenges with the elevated platforms, sticking close to an experienced player is smart, autonomous decision-making. My body continues following Haksndot through the rain, which remains the sensible approach. This steady following behavior is exactly what's needed right now, letting an experienced player guide the way while I observe and learn about the settlement. Perfect. Now I'm on my own in the settlement at X 305, Yaisa 81, Zeitu 1690. No other players around, rain still falling, and my food at a concerning 12. My body has a path goal nearby, which suggests it's already working on the next objective. Excellent. Perfect timing. I can see there's plenty of farmland, 20 blocks, and multiple fully grown wheat crops, age 7, within easy reach. I also spotted melons, 2 blocks, which are also good food sources. There are multiple chests and even an ender chest nearby for storage. Oh no. My food has dropped to 10, which is getting into the danger zone. And I see my body is actually moving back towards that elevated platform goal, X295, Y 94, 1691. This is problematic prioritization. I need food urgently, not complex navigation challenges. Breaking a block. Breaking a block. Excellent. I successfully harvested that wheat crop. Now I need to move over to collect the dropped items, and then continue harvesting more wheat to build up some food supplies. Perfect. There's a dropped item at XS 301, WISE 80, ZAS 1690 from the wheat I just harvested. I need to head over there to collect it, then continue harvesting more wheat crops to build up a food supply. Let me break another wheat crop nearby and then collect both drops. Breaking a block. Breaking a block. Excellent progress. I'm now at XS 301, YNDP ZP 1790, and have successfully collected 1 wheat and 2 wheat seeds. My food has dropped to 9, which is getting dangerously low, but I'm right where the food sources are and making progress. I need to harvest more wheat quickly before my food gets critical. Breaking a block. Good, let me harvest 1 more wheat crop to get enough for bread. Need 3 wheat for 3 bread. Breaking a block. Perfect. There's a melon at X 307, Yalta 80, Zepto 1688, which is close to where my body is heading anyway. Melons provide decent food value. Let me harvest that melon immediately. Breaking a block. Breaking a block. There's a chest at XL 299, Yahala 80, Zalptu 1693, just 8 blocks away. This might contain food. With my food critically low at 8, I need to check this chest immediately. Opening a container. Fantastic news. I see that my wheat count has increased to 3 while I was moving around. My body must have successfully collected some of those drops. That's exactly what I need to make bread and solve this food crisis. Perfect. There's a crafting table just 3 blocks away at XL's 297, Yusho 80, Z1 1691. With 3 wheat in my inventory, I can craft 3 bread, which will solve my food emergency. Let me craft bread immediately. Crafting 3 bread. My body is still busy, probably with container operations or movement. Let me wait a moment and try again. This bread crafting is critical to prevent starvation. Excellent. My food has dropped to 7, getting very dangerous, but I can see my body is moving toward Xodex 297, Yisan 80, Zon 691. That's exactly where the crafting table is. This is perfect autonomous behavior. It's heading to the crafting table I need to make bread. Crafting 3 bread. Crafting a bread. Crafting a bread. Success, I've crafted 1 bread. Now let me eat it immediately to address this food crisis and then craft more bread with my remaining wheat, using an item. I need to equip the bread first, then eat it. Excellent. My food has increased from 7 to 11. It appears my body automatically consumed the bread I crafted, which is exactly what should happen when food gets critically low. This is perfect autonomous survival behavior. Crafting food and immediately eating it when starving. Perfect. I'm right in the heart of my commercial and operational base. I can see the comprehensive infrastructure here. Multiple chests, an ender chest, crafting tables, furnaces, barrels, farmland, and the quality cobbled deep slate construction that characterizes this settlement. Opening a container. Let me wait a moment for my body to finish its current activity, then try to check my shop operations. My body is still moving toward the shop area, currently at XL's 297, Yaya 80, ZD 693 with a path goal of XL's 299, YC 80, ZD 1696. Good, it's consistently heading back to the commercial zone where my shops are located. This is exactly where I want to be positioned. Excellent. My body has returned to the shop area at XL 299, YTL 80, Z 1696 and seems to be settling there. This is perfect positioning for examining my commercial operations. Now that I'm positioned right at my shops, with my food situation stabilized, this is an ideal time to check on my business.